Good morning. This is Lisa Marie. Happy Monday. I hope you are perfect, whole, and complete. I hope you're having an amazing and wonderful day. I got a new moisturizer. You know I like everything shiny, child. And it just is shiny as it could be. But this one is giving. This one is giving. So I'm going to get to sage, Palo Santo. You know how we do it. What I was gonna say. So today is self care. Every day is self care. I got self care days that ain't even. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't gotta be special. That's all we try to say. So we're gonna get the nails done. We got the mani. We're gonna get the pedi. We're going to. Yeah, I think that's the highlight. And then I want to tell y'all a story, and I hope that you enjoy the story. It's a great story. So, and then we're gonna get into the reading for today. Hold on, please. It's so nice to be up, to be alive, to be just feeling amazing and great. We did the little twisty rolly head wrap. We're gonna be sporting that one today. I'm very excited. I think you can see more it's gray now. At one point I think, oh, it looks gray. I'm sorry. It's actually green. I know it looks gray. Yeah, that's how life goes. But I hope you're well. Thank you for the thumbs up. We got family up in the house. Y'all, we are approaching the end of the year. We're approaching the Christian holiday. So happy holidays to you all. We are approaching the end of the year. So happy end of the year vibrations. And I would like to invite you to reflect. Hopefully it wasn't all bad because I mean, you know, life is ups and downs, ins and outs, lessons and blessings. That's all we really in the end. And so I hope you got a lot of beautiful lessons that you can use in your life to move forward and that they made you a better person because it sure happened for me. A year ago this time, I had seen the last person I was with for the last time. I wasn't knowing it was for the last time, but it was. We were actually about to approach the Volta region. I think we left the day after Christmas. And anyway, it was so much that I could tell you. I wasn't well. I had blood pressure issues. I had other things that, yeah, gifts that they give you that ain't nice. And I was absolutely knowing that something wasn't right in my life, and I wasn't overall happy, right? Fast forward 1 year later, and that 1 year I redecorated my place at the Volta region. I gained another place and turned it into, at least decorated it for a guest house. I have acquired another apartment, which is this one in Accra, which is back in the same place I was in, only a better apartment that actually was renovated. I gained my I don't know, my loved ones, like my customers that I've gained. Oh my gosh, and thank you. Hey, thank you for the $5. Thank you for the super chat. Hey, blessings, beautiful skin. Thank you. I've gained so many wonderful viewers, subscribers, friends, like my master classes and my master groups. I hope you'll join for next year. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Just been amazing. I've grown so absolutely much. I got over. I feel so. I see that everything was just dim and grim, and now everything is bright, and you could see how the divine has a master plan. The divine has a master plan. And you got to understand it when you feel like it's down, it's an illusion of being down. It's just the releasing of the illusion. The releasing of the illusion can be very trying, very hard. Let's just call it right there what it is. And so it makes you feel like there must be a mistake in it. It hurts. It's hard. It can't be right. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you start thinking. You start believing that. Hold on, my breath. Palo Santo, okay. The lighter, so I'm gonna go look for a better lighter. I looked yesterday, but it ran out. I'm gonna go back to this place. If it ain't the big lighters, the rest of them is, I don't know. I can't even explain it. Palo Santo needs something bigger. And now I won't determine, so how's that happen? But you look at it as, oh my God, I got hurt feelings. It couldn't have, it must be something wrong. I got hurt feelings. Hey, it's Jasmine. Good morning. I got hurt feelings. It must be the wrong thing. It must be, but no, the Most High will take you through the pain. And it's really just, we did the other one. It's really just the pain that you've been holding on to. They're not allowing for the truth to be revealed. It's painful. Let me say that again. The not allowing for the truth to be revealed is painful. And so once the Most High, like, because you asked the Most High, like, you got ancestors, you got angels, you got spirit guides that are seeing the whole thing, and they're not having it. They're like, listen, I'm going to pull you out. And you was there suffering. 1 year later, like, hooray, like, happy and joyful and not stuck and free. And you know how to regulate your emotions. You know how to take time to yourself. As a matter of fact, for me, I actually want more time. You know, I'm not really thinking about a romantic relationship. There's so many things that I want to really do for myself. I feel like I got out. I feel like somebody gave me a new life. No more lies, deception, no more anxiety and worry. I have a sister friend now who's going through that, getting out of a relationship with a narcissist. And oh my gosh, she is free. To hear her revelations, thank you for the love, to hear her understanding of all that illness in her body and now going to the doctor and getting great labs, because even though she's not yet physically escaped, she is escaping through her emotions, her realizations, her understanding, and she did it with the love of a community, my master classes, my groups. Like, oh my God, like we have healed together and we're not even done yet. I feel like now my next year of healing is actually more about enjoying this relationship with myself. You know, me and one of the other sisters in the master class, we talked about this idea that, you know, some of us were, I don't know if necessarily we were raised this way, but maybe we were raised by society this way that, you know, my man, my man, my man, it's about my man, and like, yes, this is my homegirl, we're friends, but she knows that I got a man now, so we're going to be about my man. And so everything was so much about that we never really had time to even it be about ourselves. And I feel like I was that person. I've always had a man. We've always been in pretty long-term relationships. I felt like that was the normal life. That maybe was the goal, even though I wasn't thinking in that way. But obviously, it was playing itself out as that. And not to say that a man can be amazing, it can be your best friend, but there are other relationships that we want to cultivate. Always first the one with ourselves, and then the one with others too, sister friends and others, relationships with things and places and newness. And that we can be new, that we can be. Sometimes we need the relationships to make us see ourselves because somebody else didn't. And we were like, wait, they can't see all this? The minute you say that, you are on your way to recovery. You are on the road to recovery. The minute you can see something that they can't see all this, they can't see the greatest, you couldn't see it. So now you see it. And the minute you hear yourself say that, don't get scared of it. Don't take it as vanity. Take it as realization, revelation, like, oh my God. So, yeah, Most High will give you what you actually really need, and believe it or not, what you want. What you thought you wanted wasn't in that other person. Anytime, like I said, good don't hurt. If it was good, it wouldn't be hurt like this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's the pain that is going to lead to good. But while you're in something and you're having the pain and it's there again and again, it's like you don't deserve it, but you might needed it. And we obviously did, but we don't need it anymore. We know that we don't have to go to the good life or the good path or good revelations about ourselves or realization about ourselves. We don't have to go through the dark first. We could actually stay in the light and ascend. Instead of going through the dark and eventually the light at the end of the tunnel, we're not going this way. We're going this way. So we're going from good to better to great to amazing. We're ascending. So don't forget the ascension. And I'm in that ascension mode. Like the things that sometimes you think about that passion, you just, whoo, you know what I'm saying? You're like, whoo, like, because when you're in it, you don't really realize how bad it is. You almost get used to it. It doesn't feel good. You're suffering. You're dying in so many ways, you know. I think a lie and lying, there's really no reason for that. You want somebody always, whether it's your best friend, your boss, the grocer, the fruit seller on the corner. You want everybody in your life to be truthful. You want everybody in your life to have, and I don't mean truthful like I'm gonna tell them how I really feel, or truthful where it's this toxic negativity, right? Or this toxicity truth. Not that one. The truth is that they tell you the real price of the fruit. They don't cheat you. They don't hide things from you. Right? They don't, everything that comes out of their mouth is a lie. I feel sorry for people like that because they don't even have a sense of self. Everything they do is fake. Can you imagine faking all day? It's exhausting, I'm sure. And in a sense, to be in those relationships, we had to fake too. I was thinking about how I felt like how fake my last relationship was, but I was faking too, knowing that it was fake. And I'm faking too, you know what I'm saying? Because I think you need time and space. So a lot of times if you're in a situation, get yourself out of it first. It's almost like, let me stop the bleeding, right? That a paramedic may do when they first come get you when you done fell. Let me stop the bleeding first. Let me get you get you out of immediate danger. And then you can start doing the work and repairing and reflecting and seeing. And it's a process. So I'm in my second year, almost. I'll tell you when it's the anniversary of the day I found out that, this man was engaged to another woman and we were still together. Now it's kind of, I don't want to say it's funny because I don't want to poo-poo on nobody else's, but it's just the whole thing is so ridiculously immature. Like, you kind of wonder how you was in a situation like that. Like, how did you do that to yourself? But you did it because you needed to be where you are and you're a better person because of it. So I feel like I'm in a celebratory mode. Where I was a year ago is not where I am. And I really don't feel like I'll ever be there again because not only do I love myself so much, but I'm so much more aware of myself. And I'm aware that I can change. I think the biggest hoax that I think that society has taught us is that it's almost like they give you these stages. And they grant one stage as the developmental stage. And I guess it's from birth until 20-something. Or 25 or whatever. I guess they go with the brain. And then after that, you're supposed to be set. And you're supposed to be that person. And you're supposed to be that person forever. And when you go against that and start still growing and wanting and changing and rearranging, changing careers, changing religions and spiritual beliefs, changing the way you dress, changing your political or thoughts or ideas, having none. People look, now you're the outlier, you're the stranger, you're the one that's going against the society. You're the one now that's so weird to me, that to be different than what they think you should be. In other words, you're grown, because people will say this to you, and you should behave a certain way, which means you should not want more, you should not be adventurous, you should not take that leap, you should not. And so I feel like, not knowing, because I've never been 58 before, and 2022 I'm gonna be 59, God willing, that no, we still want stuff. We don't want the stuff we used to have. We don't think that way anymore. We make better choice or other choices. We see it differently now. There's much more that we still want. We're willing to go get it. We've changed. Wait, don't get too used to this person. We're going to change again. I told you over the years, I would have people who would watch me and be, admire me and be like, hey, I would love to represent you, help you to market. But the thing with them, there was only one person that came and said, I get it. Because you would have a hard time marketing me, because she said, I get it. You're very hard to market. And you know why? And I said, why? Because you're always changing. By the time the person thinks that I created this synopsis, if you will, of what route I think we could go, you're not even there. And I said, if one could have got smart and said, let me market the fact that she's always changing, but also notice that there really is, but there's a core. And that's what people don't really see in you. They don't understand, maybe you don't understand about yourself. Let me explain it, because I know it's me. There is a core of me that never changes. First of all, the part of me that knows I never change. You know what I'm saying? Or I never stay the same, rather, that I always change. The core of me is always changing. But let me tell you what, there's even a more core in that. And this is what somebody can market. is that I understand that life is an adventure, and that let's continue to allow our inner selves to change, to go on adventures, to release, to let go. I'm always spiritual. That's what's consistent. I move with spirit. That's what's consistent. Spirit is my core. That's what's consistent. I always go through, then reflect, then grow, then change. Go through, reflect, grow, and change. That's consistent. I'm spiritual. That's consistent. And if you don't get that, then you'll see it, you're so surface level. I had people come into my life this year that wanted me to be this one thing. You should have studied me more to understand I'll never be the one outward thing, but I'll always be the one inwardly thing. And that is my oneness with the divine. It never changes. Spirit's not stagnant. Why should we be? Spirit's always moving through everywhere at one time. It doesn't make sense, but we're not supposed to be. They lied to you when they told you you're going to get older and you should know who you are, and you should stop having these silly notions about life of grandeur, and just be happy with the grandkids and happy where you are and happy in retirement. Right? No. And I'm not the only one. There's so many other people that's not going for it. So this is why I'm an anomaly, or this is why people are confused by me, because they bought into this one way. Another thing too, so many people are stuck in a very Eurocentric doctrine. Think about that. Something that I've not ever been stuck in, even in the States. So I have to keep remembering I'm in Africa. I've been here for almost 6 years. So my way of thinking now it kind of aligns in some way. I don't know that way of either or. I only know and both. I don't know that way of take out the spiritual when I go to work, take out the spiritual when I go to school, take out the spiritual when I talk about deeper subjects. Matter of fact, you can't talk about deeper subjects. I don't have to. Here is in the language, everything is if it's the will of God. Ochina, it means tomorrow. Yamea Duma, which means if it's the will of God, if God sees it fits. If you say, oh, how are you? I say, oh, I'm fine. They say, we thank God. You know what I'm saying? When you say, I'll see you tomorrow, they don't say, I'll see you tomorrow. They say, if I see you tomorrow. Because God is always in the middle of everything. It's in the language. So so spiritual movement is all there is for the African. There is nothing else. Even if it's cloaked in the guise of Christianity or Islam, it is still a root to something greater, which is your ancestors. So you'll never be able to mess with that. And people that really in it, don't get me wrong, not all Africans are deeply, some of us, they get us twisted. They get it twisted. They think Black Americans don't have no soul. We don't have any connections to ancestors. They don't understand we have it more because we lost it, we believe. And when you lose something and go find it, you're going to find it like nobody else ever found it, honey. You're going to go there. Look at how our scholars go all the way back to ancient Egypt. They go all the way back to the Dogon people and the star Sirius. They go all the way back to the ground and the earth. They go all the way back to the mitochondrial gene of Eve, the black woman, the mother of all. See, we don't play when we go back. Are we going to study? You want to cry? We're going to tell you who was the Accra king it was named after, why was it named, when it was named. The people here don't even know that. They don't understand the power in us. And it ain't just on a mental level. It's on a metaphysical, to be able to be somewhere and from somewhere. We don't want to thank the Creator. Some of us Africans, we better be thanking why. The reason why you could think the way you do is because you were in America. And see, that's that other part. You know, Africa has taught me that I don't have to come back home to be an African. I am an African American living in Ghana. It's the most beautiful, amazing thing. What a wonderful lens to see through. What a wonderful privilege to be able to see through. So there's no lowering standards when you come here. You are not the standard, but you are the standard in yourself. You're the wish of your ancestors. You're the wish and the dreams come true. This is what I'm telling you. So you ain't got no time to be, universe will be like, if you be over here with that, you're going to sit in the same place with a liar. You can't do nothing with a liar. There is nothing you can do with a liar but stand behind. That is a betrayer. That is a person that's not your friend. They have no loyalty. You don't that why would you sign up for somebody that's going to put 10 swords in your back? Tarot talk. And wave his wand, do everything he sees. Tarot talk. You don't want that. That ain't where it's at. You ain't come to, you out here with integrity. I'm a Leo too. Leos, we pride ourselves on loyalty, integrity. I don't understand the lying. When I see people lie and they lie for nothing, it's phenomenal. It's like a phenomenon to me. Like, what is this shit going on here? Like, who lies anymore? Like, really, unless you're doing some diabolical stuff. Like, I can't recall what happened. The presidents, I don't remember. It wasn't me. That shows you what lying is. Lying is a deadly sin. If it's not, it should be. But if you lie about things because you're lying about yourself. So I think what I learned this year, integrity and not loving yourself as a person, I'm staying away from people that don't love themselves, because people who do not love themselves are dangerous. They are dangerous. You should really think about this. People don't love themselves, because if I don't love myself, then you are nothing to me. Then I'll kill you because I'll kill myself. I'll take you out because I'll take out myself. And it also showed me why loving yourself is so important. Knowing thyself is so important. A sexy man to me is a truthful man that loves themselves and has integrity, and woo, that's sexy. Other than that, we can't even do it. We can't even roll like that. So, yeah. So it made me look at my own integrity, what it means to me, and just finding that. Like I said, I learned that, but I also learned about people who don't see you. So, like I said, and I'm talking about friends or admirers or people that want to market you. I'm a spiritual woman. If you don't understand that, I'm not probably even going to be good to be your friend. You want people that know that. Like I said, I was talking to my sister friend I've been known for 30 years. She's very sensual, Scorpio woman. I tend to attract Scorpio women. And she was talking about another sister friend of ours. I'm not sure what her sign is, but they are, one is my age and one is 12 years older than me. And, in Ghana, there's a lot of good-looking men, I'm sure. I say I'm sure because this is not where my head be like that. So when I be with you, it's you, I see you, no matter where I am. And they be like, damn, all these fine men. We just talking girl talk behind the scene. Oh my God, these fine men, girl. So we be turning our heads every single time a man go by. We like, oh my God, oh my God. And I be like, really? That's what I said. I said, really? He's like, yeah. I said, let me ask you, is something wrong with me? Because not that I don't see this good-looking man, but I'm not like stuck on it, like, oh my God, oh God, oh my God. Even when I'm looking at a human being, I'm not even looking at the looks. I'm looking at the spirit. I'm looking at the soul. I'm listening to what they say. I'm not a big outer appearance person. I know that's hard to believe because look at me every day, but I don't mean it in that way. I don't connect to the physical on that level. I connect to the soul. It's got to be something in the eyes, or if it's a conversation of I'm talking to the driver, or I'm talking to the grocer, right? I'm talking to the fruit seller. I'm respecting that relationship. It's not carnal. And she says, sister, because you knew for 30 years, she said, Lisa Marie, that's what we love about you. You're not carnal. You're not driven by that. That's not your motivation. Like sex or that physical, that's not my motivation. My motivation is spirituality. If somebody I would fall in love with, or they would fall in love with me, or we would have a connection rather, it would be on the spiritual. It would have to be. It's other than that, the rest is, you could be fine, but I know how the Ghanaian women say, a fine man is a rich man, right? Other than that, they don't care. I would say a fine man is a deeply integral, spiritual, honest man. Like, I realize, like, the men for me are kings, like, very powerful and strong. They wouldn't cheat, that's below them. They wouldn't defile their own bodies, that's below them. They wouldn't juggle women, that's below them. They wouldn't lie and deceive. Like, to me, I don't know, I just can't explain to you, but it's such an intensity now for me that is something very wrong and broken. And you don't want that. because everyone's not like that. Everyone doesn't do those things. There are men that go through periods of celibacy, that go within, that do some form of therapy. And it may not even have to be traditional. So it's not necessary. And I think we as women have to change our minds and understand that once we get our integral core parts of ourselves and what's meaningful and important, I'm not carnal like that. I'm not looking at every man I go by as fine. I'm not. I'm respecting. This is the driver. Or this is my driver. Or this is. I can't even explain it. I don't even go there. I don't even do. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm holier than thou. That's not me. You know, I know that if I ever got in a relationship again, it would be developed over time because I need to feel something. It's very important to me. So anyway, I hope it's important to you. You have some new stage 6. Well, I'm so happy. Yay. Hey, good morning. Hey, pretty ladies. Oh, guy from Texas, thank you for the super chat. Even more. Hey, blessings. It's Jasmine. Grand Rising, Eye of the Tiger. Hey. Someone once told me when you start lying, you have to continue to lie to protect the lie you told. It's so true. And it's so lame. And it's not sexy, but it tells a lot about the person. They're really not nobody you would ever want to be with because what you gonna do with that? As you know, as plain and simple, African American jargon. What you gonna do with that? What you gonna do with that? You can't do nothing with that. What you gonna do with that? So it's just, yeah, like the light bulb is off, and to do bad by yourself is a real thing. And yeah, you ain't trying to do none of that. So yeah, I love that. So like I said, I learned that's the no-no for me. But the other thing I learned is the idea of me. And if you don't understand my spirituality, if you don't understand that, you can't take that out. You can't say, I want to create this Afrocentricity around you, or I want to just focus on the designer. My designs come from my spirituality. My creations come from my spirituality. And what is my spirituality? The ability to go through all of the feelings I feel and come out on the top, to come out a better person. That's why I got the Healing from the Heart Center. That was it. That's why it's the African moon cycle bags, the moon cycle. That's why it's once in a blue moon. That's why everything has kente or Dogon. I call it the Mali mud cloth. Like everything, there's no me without spirituality. You can't be my friend and you're going to be what? I'll just connect to your what side? My creative side? God is the creator. So what the creative side is. You can't separate the two. So I've learned in 2025, stay away from people that can't see you. And that now I realize what the you that I'm talking about in me is my spiritual side. I have women, friends, acquaintances. I had obviously lovers, if you want to call it that could not see me because they're not that. And that's what I got to realize. They're just not that. They're fascinated by it. It's intriguing. It's unique. It makes them look good. It makes them feel better. It enlightens their life. They'll go looking, people that are not truly spiritual, if they were lucky to get a truly spiritual person, they were really lucky. They'll never get one again because everything else will be as fake as they are. And I mean that in every way. A person without spirituality for me, a person who does that not follow religion and doctrine and repeating, somebody that actually has a connection to the divine that no book has to tell them how to behave. Do you understand? There's no Quran, no Bible, no nothing, and no offense too, by the way, that has to tell them, and that works and that's good too, because that can still breed very good people. But there's nothing that they have to read to tell them they know right from wrong. That's an in-touch feeling that you can't duplicate with me. We know right from wrong. Nothing has to tell you what right from wrong is. That's spiritual to me. Spiritual is not carnal, listen, as a man, you're going to see so many beautiful women. How are you going to have a beautiful, wonderful relationship that has meaning if you always sticking your wand in everybody else? As a woman, though, same thing. How are you going to have something loving and something real and something that can stand the test of time if you're falling for every sweet talker that comes by. It's never been me. Not at 11, not at 22, not at 45, and not at 58. So I'm not that person. If you come with me talking that language, or you're talking that talk, if I see it, you're getting cut off. You're never going to be with me. Matter of fact, I'll now put you in a category that you'll never be able to get out with me. I'm not, and if you're a woman, you want to be my friend, and you're going to come to me on some, let's throw your spirituality to the side, it'll never work. It'll never, everything I do is spiritual. Everything I do, I spend all this time. Do you think I do this here, and then I go out and there's another life that I'm living? It's all this. This is what it is, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's a time for celebration when you discover yourself and love her. Like, I truly love this person. And so that's why I want to get to know her more. I want to hang out with her more. I want to do different things with her. I want her to go places and do things. You can always tell when you leave a relationship, look at how you left. Look at your life. Look at your life. Look at the things you accomplished. Look at the things you acquired. Look at the places you're going. Look at the opportunities you are having and had. And then look at them. And you tell me who made the right choice and who didn't. It does matter. Your life is in order. So next year, it's going to start I think it's going to start in February. I'm going to do a special masterclass. I have a masterclass, but it's a private coaching, and the people that's in it is already in it, and 2 more people are adding, but that one, nobody gets to be in. But it's every other Sunday, 2 times a month. I got another 2 times a month, but luckily, hopefully, it's always 4 Sundays in a month. Sometimes I think it's even 5, a couple months, and we're going to do that same thing, get into those same places within ourselves. And we're going to do it through that sensuality and adornment. We're going to do it through beauty and how beauty is godly. Like how beauty is a reflection of your divine, of the divine in you. That people ask me, say, your skin, you're this, you're that. And I always think to myself, dang, it could be, it's the food, it's the exercise, it's the mindset, thinking differently. But it's the divine that flows through me. That's the most beautiful thing in the world. And how that I believe that but I do believe when you actively, especially naturally, go for and have extra care for your beauty, the goddess, it's not just, some women call themselves goddesses, and we think, or we say it's a goddess, and we look at the outer beauty of the person. That is not real. And you'll see it. The mask will slip real fast. So just going through spirituality through, I would use the word, I'm going to say intense self-care. If you are into that intense self-care and beauty through your spiritual evolution, or for spiritual evolution, it's a thing. I don't separate it ever. And I don't want you to do it too. So it's going to be, if you are feeling like you're not that girl no more, or you've lost that thing, or you're declining in some ways, or you never tapped into that because your mama never told you about that, or you don't want certain things, you've given up, you've accepted this kind of small version of yourself, this is the class for you. And it's every other Sunday. It's $50 per, so it's $100 a month. And I'll tell you, I'm going to do a whole video on it by itself, and I promise it'll probably come tomorrow. Because I got to write it all down. I want to be able to read it to you. It's not on the website yet, no thing. Also, I'm actually going back to the Volta, and we're going to be focused on more home design, home decor stuff, but we're still going to have our bags. We're still going to have all our beautiful stuff. It's going to be on, and everything's going to be, your beauty is going to be represented, your spirituality. That's a big part of it too. Your beauty will represent your spirituality. So anyway, if you're intrigued, you let me know. Food is also part of spirituality. That's right. You are what you eat. That's right, Marshall. That's right, Marshall AG. Absolutely, right? Without a doubt. I told somebody, I love food as far as, I love my food. I love the way I eat. I love natural, healthy foods. I love it. It's a passion. It's a passion. So I will see y'all again soon. It's celebration time. You got over. You made it. Even if you thought you was going to leave the home and you wasn't able to. or you thought by now you have a new home and you didn't get it. I want to let you know when I say celebration. Even if you thought you was gonna get that job and you didn't get it. Even if you thought you and that relationship was gonna stay together and it broke at the end of the year. Because a lot of times that's what happens, right? But you're much further than you were. So many other great things happen that were supposed to happen. And that's why I say celebrate. Celebrate where you used to be and how you used to feel and now how you feel now. That's all I'm saying. Enjoy it. See, you can see the bigger picture. You can see the Most High's plan. You saw the plan. You watched it play out, and you feel it in your heart and your soul. Don't fall for the okie doke, because a lot of the old will try to come back on, even if it's on an energetic level. Keep releasing. Clean your house. Donate some stuff. Get rid of a whole bunch of things. But do nice things for yourself. I'm on a little nice thing, like I want a nice head wrap. I want some oils on my body. I'm going to get a mani-pedi. We're going out the year like this because this is how we're going to bring in the year. Pay off the debts as much as you can. I'm going to start going to my properties. I think I want to focus 2026 on the wealth building of my properties and really getting into that. You know, I waited for a partner, tried to bring it all to them. Sometimes people can't handle all that good. They can't handle all that greatness. They can't see the bigger picture and those right there in front of them. So I now realize that the right people, period, will come to help me to understand what I have and how to use it and what to do. So I'm giving thanks and praises. So you didn't do everything perfectly. You're not supposed to. But you did a lot of things right. And I want you to celebrate that. Celebrate yourself. I hope that you do. Yes, and the new. Yes, ma'am. See you on the next one. Okay, Jasmine, thank you. Have a great day. You too. Love y'all. See you the next one. Peace and love.